Welcome to another Magic Gathering strategy video. I've been doing a lot of research on Magic Online, the decks there, and I found that someone was doing pretty well with red-white humans in standard, so I decided to playtest his list. As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link below and that will take you to the deck list. And so here I'm up against here I was up against Esper Control, and so he was on the play. Started off with Evolving Wilds. I had a pretty good hand with a couple 2-drops. Then the hand got better. I drew Champion of Parish, so I played that. He got a Swamp, then played Ratchet Bomb. Then here I have a couple choices here. I decided to go with Thalia, just to slow him down, since with Ratchet Bomb it looks like he's a control deck. Plus he's playing black and white. It could have definitely been Esper, so I played Thalia and attacked. End of turn, he put a counter on Ratchet Bomb, and then he used it to kill Champion of Parish, and then Phantasma Image to copy Thalia. She's legendary, so they both died. Then I got lucky to top deck Champion of Parish, so I played that and then gathered the Townsfolk to buff up Champion of Parish. But before I could even make the tokens, he already has Day of Judgment, so that was kind of bad for me. Then I played Hero Blade Hold. He had Go for the Throat, so it looked like it would be pretty bad for me if he had another answer for my next threat, which was the second Hero Blade Hold. Fortunately, it looked like he needed to find an answer, because he cast a Forbidden Alchemy main phase, and he actually put Glacial Fortress, Lingering Souls, and Thought Scour in his graveyard, and then he cast Lingering Souls, flashback. So that was good for me. He didn't find an answer for Hero Blade Hold, just a couple chump blockers. So I was able to swing. Oh yeah, he also cast Nihil Spellbomb. So I was pretty happy to see that he didn't find another removal spell for Hero Blade Hold. So here's kind of an interesting play, because I could have played Sword of War and Peace, then equipped Hero Blade Hold and swung, but he only has one card, so that doesn't really add a lot of damage. Plus, if I do that, he can block the soldier tokens and trade with his spirit tokens. So I definitely think the right play is just play both cards, Honor of the Pure and then Sword of War and Peace. That way, with Honor of the Pure, my soldier tokens will be bigger. So he'll need to double block to kill any of my guys. So he just chump blocked, and then I played Sword of War and Peace. He played O-Ring on Sword of War and Peace, and then Lingering Souls. So I was definitely had the advantage here. He couldn't find anything to stop Hero. So here, just swung again. He chump blocked again, and then he took 9, went down to 6. And he didn't find anything in his draw step, so he sacked Nihil Spellbomb to draw a card, and he didn't find anything. He did show me Elish Norn, which would have helped him a lot, but he was 1 mana short, so good game for me. Against Control, one of the first things you want to do in sideboarding is cut Honor of the Pure. Control decks have mass removal like Day of Judgment or Terminus, and Honor of the Pure doesn't really help. I mean, it makes your guys bigger, but then once they cast Day of Judgment or Terminus, then it's just kind of sitting there. You'd rather have another threat rather than Honor of the Pure. So yeah, cut Honor of the Pure, and then definitely you want to bring in the 2 Zealous Conscripts, because that's just a good card against Planeswalkers. Like if they have Gideon, you just take, if they have Gideon and they're at 9 life or lower and they don't have any blockers, you can just play Zealous Conscripts, take Gideon, and then just swing for 9. That just ends the game. I've had some success with the Ratchet Bomb, bringing in Ratchet Bomb against decks with Lingering Souls, even if they're control decks. So those are 2 cards. That's a card you want to bring in. Oblivion Ring is also a good card to bring in to stop Planeswalkers and to hit their O-rings. The 2 Fiend Hunters you definitely want to cut against control, because Fiend Hunter is really just a card against creature decks. Sure, you can hit like a Sun Titan with Fiend Hunter, but if they can kill your Fiend Hunter, then they'll just get another trigger, and so it's just not that good of a card. I cut Gather of Townsfolk because it's pretty good with Champion of Parish, but other than that, it's just a 2 power for 2 mana, plus it's a natural card to cut because you're already cutting Honor of the Pure, so it's not as good. And then I brought in 1 Surgical Extraction. I didn't want to bring the second one in just because it's not really a proactive card. It's really just there to stop like a Sun Titan. I don't even know if it's that good. Maybe leaving 1 Gather of the Townsfolk is better, or Revoke Existence. Not sure. Haven't played the matchup enough. But yeah, definitely the O-rings are pretty good. Zealous Conscripts are definitely some of your best cards against control. If they're to steal their Planeswalkers for a turn. And then Ratchet Bomb is decent at stopping Lingering Souls, their spirit tokens. Oh, yeah, another reason why Gather the Townsfolk is not that good is because you're bringing in Ratchet Bombs, so you don't want to kill your own guys. So yeah, that's how I sideboarded for this match. Alright, let's move on to see how Game 2 played out. So here, this is 5 lands, 2 Mirran Crusaders. Pretty much always mulligan this hand because it's just, if you draw a land in like the first 1 to 3 turns, the first 3 turns, I mean, you're just flooding bad already. With aggro decks, it pretty much mull any hand that has 5 lands. I mulligan this, and this hand is much better. You got 3 cards, 3 spells, 3 lands, plus a 1 drop. So he kept his hand. I started off. That's kind of weird. I said play, but I should have let him choose. Oh well. My bad. Alright, so start off with Doom Traveler. He plays Evolving Wilds. I swing for 1. He gets a Plains, then Glacial Fortress. Man, Cavernous Souls is so good because they can't counter your humans. But here, Sword of War and Peace is just your best card, and if he doesn't have an answer, he just pretty much loses. So I just went with Sword of War and Peace. Plus, if I play Mirran Crusader, I might hit him like 1 time, but then he could have Day of Judgment, or he could even Miracle a Terminus. So I wouldn't be able to use Mirran Crusader. I might be able to attack 1 or 2 times, and then he has Day of Judgment, and so, I mean, that's okay. But I think you'd rather have Sword of War and Peace, play Sword. If he doesn't have an answer, you just smack him for like 8 or 9. Then even if he has an answer for Doom Traveler, like say a Day of Judgment, you get a Spirit Token, and then you smack him again with Sword of War and Peace. So yeah, Sword of War and Peace is really good on turn 3, especially when he still has a lot of cards. So dropped Sword. He played Thoughtscour on himself, and he just milled a couple lands. Then another Evolving Wild. So I was feeling pretty good. Doom Traveler, smack him for, this was for 10, so he went all the way down to 8. Yep. So, Sword of War and Peace, definitely excellent card early. Thought Scarred himself, he milled some more lands. And he played O-Ring on Sword of War and Peace. Lucky me, I have a second Sword of War and Peace. So I only have 3, so this was pretty good. And he played Batterskull, which kind of slowed me down, but... So here, I went with Mirran Crusader and Doom Traveler over Hero of Bladehold because I don't want him to gain life, and Mirran Crusader has protection from black, which means if he attacks with his Germ token from Batterskull, he's not going to gain any life because protection from black prevents all that damage. Plus Mirran Crusader in Sword of War and Peace, I mean, double strike, you get 2 triggers on the sword. Yeah. Plus if he does have, like, if he draws like Day of Judgment, or if he has it already, then I'll get 2 spirit tokens from Doom Traveler, which is pretty good. Here I feared Terminus, but fortunately he didn't have it. See, he did have Day of Judgment, and that gave me 2 spirit tokens. Then he played Ratchet Bomb and sacked it to kill the spirit tokens. Here I played Hero Bladehold. He had the second Day of Judgment. He already played 2 Day of Judgment, so I felt like his chances of having another mass removal spell were not very high. So when I drew Champion of Parish, I just played both cards. And just like game 1, he played Forbidden Alchemy, so he's digging again for an answer. That's what happens a lot in aggro and control matchups. If the aggro deck draws enough threats, like big threats like Hero Bladehold, like 2 Hero Bladeholds, that's pretty good for me if he doesn't draw enough removal. And so what will happen is you just keep playing threats, hope you don't get mana flooded, and you just keep dropping them, and you just hope he doesn't have, you know, infinite mass removal spells or infinite Doom Blades. So that's how aggro wins a lot of the times. It keeps dropping threats. Even if the game goes decently long, like this game is already past the early game, so it's kind of in the mid game. You can still win because they're not always going to draw all their removal spells, and so that's how you win with aggro decks. Sometimes they just don't have, they just don't draw enough removal spells, and the last threat standing is going to kill them. So here, he's just digging with Forbidden Alchemy, and he just says good game. So he couldn't find anything. So if you like playing aggro and swinging, attacking, definitely recommend this deck. It's been testing well for me. I found it on Magic Online. There's this guy that's been doing well this whole week. This week he's won prizes in 6 standard tournaments, so all with red white humans. So I definitely recommend his list. If you're watching this on YouTube, again, you can just click the link below to get the deck list.